We're talking with West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisy. On Tuesday, the governor was in McDowell County to get an update on the relief efforts there from the major flooding in February, and also to announce an infrastructure grant for the town of Bradshaw. Governor Morrisy, tell us what went on Tuesday.
So we were down in McDowell County making a series of announcements, updating residents about a lot of the flood work that was ongoing. Right now, there's a team in place that's visiting 113 sites, and we've been looking consistently for ways that we can keep helping the county and the area recover from the floods. We know that we've been working closely with FEMA and others. It's been over $29 million that's been provided to the residents of the area, and we also pointed out to them that there's still an opportunity for hazard mitigation funding in order to have some resiliency in place to mitigate the harms from the next flood that may occur. So we're working really hard, and we were able to pick up 17,000 tons of debris for our National Guard. We've had our DOT in consistently. There's been over 32,000 manpower hours put in McDowell County. This has really been an effort to try to help out the afflicted counties as much as possible, and we're going to keep trying to help out. But the other big news was that we really were very proud to announce that Bradshaw is going to be getting $1 million for longstanding deficiencies in their sewer treatment systems, and this, along with a $2 million fund from our Clean Water State Revolving Fund, is going to provide enough resources to really help Bradshaw and some of the neighboring areas get in a better place. We think everyone should have clean, safe water. And so we were pleased to make this announcement, and several other affecting other parts of the state, including areas of Barber County and Calhoun County.
I know one problem that residents of McDowell County have are bridges. There are a lot of bridges that pretty much privately owned, and they link residents with the outside, and a lot of those bridges got washed out from the flooding. What steps are you taking to help restore those bridges?
So we're obviously always working to try to help. It becomes more complex from the state's perspective when you're talking private bridges. Obviously, we've been bending over backwards every time there's state issues and county-related issues. The private bridges are a little bit more difficult, but obviously we're trying to be as helpful as we can to look at for all the residents in need. And we know we've been bending over backwards on all the state and the county pieces, and there's been a lot of volunteers helping as well, trying to make sure that we're addressing all the various issues. We know globally we're looking at a new bridge enhancement program because that has been allowed to deteriorate in the past. There were a lot of failing bridges in terms of the state bridges that have been in existence. So we're working to change that. But we're going to do everything we can within our power to help. Obviously, there are a lot of changes that are needed, and the state's going to step up when it can legally do so.
And I'm sure you've been working closely with county officials on flood relief efforts.
We have. We've been working very closely with your local commissioners and your sheriff and others, and I was glad that they were there in attendance at the Armory yesterday. So we've been, every day, we're talking closely with these folks and trying to be helpful. And I've been down there 3 times since the floods just a couple of months ago, and I want to make sure that people know we have to look for different ways to rebuild, and I want to make sure that I'm listening. Part of the reason why we're able to approve the Bradshaw money is I was in Bradshaw just a couple months ago, and so I was thinking about different ways we can help Bradshaw out. And so when I heard about the potential to fix the sewer system, we thought it was a good opportunity for the state to step up.
How about Wyoming County? I know they got pretty hit by flooding as well.
Yeah, so we obviously have a couple of different projects in Pineville, and we're trying to help Wyoming County. We care about that. And then there were a couple areas, Indian River and a few other places where, quite frankly, we're waiting for applications and work on the part of the local level, the county level, because we're willing to look at their issues that are rising through the PSDs there, but we haven't seen that yet. So we're eager to work with them. Obviously, we have to start by having an assessment of the conditions in the area, and we've heard from them that there are some challenges. We want to be in a position to be very helpful, but we just need that outreach on the part of the local folks. And so we'll continue to communicate, and we want to help all the residents in need. It's just important that we need them to be on top of it and pushing information our way.
Governor, to wrap it up, do you have any particular message for residents, McDowell, Wyoming, and other areas affected by the flooding?
We're here. You're our brothers and sisters, and we're here to make sure that we continue to help. And that's what we're going to do. We've been working every single day with local officials to try to help out as much as possible, and that's critical. And the key thing is for folks to work with their local officials. That, sometimes we see people that just post on the internet. That's not the most effective way to do it. The most effective way is to reach out to your local officials, because then they feed into the system where we can take in requests coming from county and local officials, right? If they're not making requests or we're not getting information from the local emergency management people, we don't know about it. A lot of times you see something on the internet and it's old, or it's a picture that's dated where the road has already been rebuilt. We need people to work through the system because it helps ensure that we have up-to-date, accurate information that we can act on.
West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisy, we know you're a busy man, so we'll let you go, but thanks for talking with us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it.